What's up, good people? Welcome to another episode of Talk of the Shore. My name is Ralan Wardlaw.
And I'm Langston Frazier. Yo, we're back another week, another episip. What's up, dude?
You know what I like the most about this season? We've been consistent, man. We have been consistent. This is the third week in a row. You know, keep giving them a pod to step to, a pod to listen to, a pod to watch.
I feel that.
You know, so it's really good. I'm not even gonna lie. I was working out to the pod the other day. You know, I was in the gym getting it in.
Nice.
You know, summer around the corner. So I'm getting myself prepared.
The weather has gotten really, really nice within the last 3-4 days. I'm here for it.
Don't dwell on it.
Yeah, because I know it's going to snap real quick.
It's coming. The Eastern Shore is a place where the weather decides to do what it wants. So
yeah. You'll know it's spring. Just wait until the lawnmowers start coming back out.
Good thing I live in an apartment and I don't have to cut my own grass.
Yeah, our guest is already smiling over there.
I cut enough grass as a kid, so I'm out of the game. But we'll get to our guest. You mentioned her. Well, I gave it away. It is a her this week. But you know how we started off.
Yeah. HBCU Fact of the Day. If you didn't check out last week's episode, make sure you check that out. Davon Davis, basketball team assistant coach, stops by. Check that out if you haven't seen it already. But I got the HBCU Fact of the Day. We're still in Black History Month. We got another fact, but guess what? On this show is Black History Month every day.
Man, Black History Month really went by fast.
Yeah.
It always does. It's so short. Even on leap years, it's still the shortest. But go ahead.
Anyway, fact of the day. I got a basketball fact for you.
Oh, I'm ready.
He was the last player from an HBCU to get drafted into the NBA.
I know this one because he was in college while I was in college. But go ahead.
Norfolk State, Kyle Q. Quinn was the 49th pick of the 2012 NBA draft. Got drafted by the Orlando Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really good play. He plays in Turkey right now after he's been in the league for 8 seasons, been with the Magic, the Knicks, the Pacers, and the 76ers.
Yeah, so shout out. I was in college while Kyle Quinn was in college, and he won Player of the Year in the MEAC and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year. So he was getting buckets, and then they went to the tournament. They beat Missouri. That was a 15 seed, beat the 2 seed. So shout out to Kyle Quinn. I got a bonus for you.
Ooh, go for it.
Do you know how many HBCU players are in the NBA now? Currently,
I'm gonna say 22.
Yo, I really appreciate you right now for shouting out 22 because that is a large number, but you are way off.
Oh, okay.
There's only one.
Really?
Only one.
And who is it?
His name is Robert Covington. He used to play on the Sixers. He's on Portland now.
Okay.
So I was watching Portland the other night. I'm like, yeah, Robert Covington, he's still out here getting checks. But he didn't get drafted. He went in the league in 2013, but he didn't get drafted. He played with the Sixers for a minute. Rockets. So Robert Covington, he went to Tennessee State. He's the only HBCU player in the NBA right now.
Yo, that's crazy. Let's get some more HBCU players.
That's great.
In the NBA.
Man. We got to get in there, man. Give us, we stay in the NFL. Stay in the NFL. But NBA, they late to the party.
Late to the party. They missing out.
Hey, missing out. But now I'll let you introduce our guest. Hey, Langston, I don't say this often.
Go ahead. Let them know.
Well, I'm going to cue it up like this. What's your favorite ice cream?
Cookies and cream, I would say.
What's your favorite, TV show?
Don't really have one. Stranger Things is pretty good right now.
So I'm just mentioning favorites. This person right here is one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. So you like that.
I like that.
Sitting to my right is a junior middle blocker on the volleyball team, Mauri Carver. What's up, Mauri?
What's up, Ralan?
You see that?
Glad to have it on record that I'm one of your favorites.
Yeah.
It's on record now.
I
told you before, but
yeah, very true.
The world knows now.
The world knows.
So, how familiar are you with the show?
I'm pretty familiar. I remember there was one episode near the beginning where I believe my coach was on it, and so I listened to it then, and I've kept up with it. I've seen the growth, so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. We had to get your coach on first. Well, actually, all of your coaches have been here.
Yeah, they all have. The volleyball team just likes
the volleyball team is well respected. We started off with Trevor. That was our first guest.
Yeah.
Evan who is by far the longest episode.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
She was in here for an hour and a half. I knew it was an hour and a half.
Yeah,
long time.
There was no clock in here, and we just kept talking.
No
we were
clock.
like, okay,
we just kept going. And our one and only
episode
via Zoom was Heather.
Wow.
So now that we're socially distant, get a player this time. So we start off every episode with the same question.
The same question.
Mauri, where are you from?
I'm from Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
Shout out, hey, North Carolina. Raise up. Take your shirt off.
Facts.
Twist it around your head. That's a little bit. That's that was when I was.
He's excited.
Shout out to the Carolinas.
Facts.
So Elizabeth City. 3 words to describe Elizabeth City in your, just for you.
3 words.
3 words.
Small. Friendly, I suppose, and country.
Small, friendly, and country. Why small, friendly, and country?
Because it's a small town, and so everyone knows everyone. Like, if someone knows you, that means they know your daddy, they know your grandma. If you know them, that means you know their grandma and their daddy as well. There's only 2 high schools, so there's only, but so many people. The most popular thing was, like, cookout. We don't only have a Walmart, so it's pretty small, and you kind of know everybody.
Got you. So, would you say, comparatively speaking, Elizabeth City, Princess Anne, what are their, is Elizabeth City bigger, smaller, same size?
I honestly think it's maybe a little bigger because we have 2 grocery stores instead of 1.
Okay.
But, I mean, there's definitely some similarities, the country aspect of Princess Anne and how you have to travel like 20 minutes to get to the nearest mall. Elizabeth City, you have to travel an hour. So things like that I was definitely used to when I got here. Walmart being a distance away, used to that. So very similar.
Okay. That's what's up.
Hey, guess what? She didn't hyphenate it.
I know.
I'm so proud.
I'm proud of favorites.
Favorites.
Told you.
They like to follow the rules.
What happens is we have everybody that does hyphenated words because I think what happens is they want to use more than 3, so they just throw like something that may or may not be hyphenated, but we just hyphenated anyway, just to make them feel like they didn't break the rules. Trevor actually is the one who started that because we asked him. He was like, live music. What? Live music is together, but whatever. So here we are.
Nice. All right, let's dive into the fun facts. We love fun facts. Let's see. So, what's a fun fact about you that people don't know besides your teammates or like family or your friends? What's a fun fact?
A fun fact would be in high school, I was in the marching band all 4 years. Raylan's laughing, but I played the piccolo.
I like band kids.
I like the band too, but it's like
6'3" marching band
you're pretty
goes
big for
together.
the band. 6'3" in the band. What instrument?
I played the piccolo and the flute. So the piccolo's super tiny.
Ah.
So the biggest person out there was holding the smallest
Yeah.
instrument.
You didn't stick out at all.
None.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh well.
And so you, any other instruments did you play?
No, only
Okay.
those 2.
Only those 2. Wow. See, learn something new every day.
But what made you pick the piccolo or the flute? Like,
Well, I had a cousin that played it, and it always sounded like really pretty to me, so I just wanted to learn it. And then when Future had Mask Off, there's a piccolo part in it, so I learned that part too.
oh, okay.
Yeah. It's more popular than you think.
There's like beatboxing flutes and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Like 5-6 years ago, that was the thing. Like
I feel like
beatboxing and flutes, incredible.
That's a piccolo and Mask Off? I'm
Yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
the beat in my head right
It's
now.
a
That is a
I
piccolo.
learned how to play it by ear.
So are you a Future fan? I know this is.
Kinda.
Hop
He
on?
has his ups and downs.
Hop on fan? Or no? Or like fan? Hop on.
You talking about Future?
Yeah.
Future is good in the club.
Yeah.
So we're not going to the club right now.
Yeah, because, COVID.
Although, I will say this. March Madness. Listen.
I can agree.
March Madness is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. You know March Madness.
Yeah. Luckily, we get to see it this year. I'm kind of excited.
It's not going to be the same. But if they should be playing Future March Madness at every March Madness game.
I agree.
Just
every
make it the
March Madness
official
game.
theme song of like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna rap the lyrics because copyright.
But did you
March
know
Madness.
this is an educational program, so technically no copyrights. I learned that in TV production this week.
Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Profi.
Oh, that's what's up. So, wow, we can really dive in. We gonna do a music education one day.
Hey,
You should.
why not?
Music education. What kind of music do you like? Or other than Future.
I don't know. Well, he's not the top of my list,
Okay,
but I listen to a wide range of music. Like I like stuff from like the 70s. I like jazz music, pop music, really anything. Even country, Elizabeth City roots. I started liking a little country music too, just because that's what I was surrounded by. Yeah.
I wouldn't expect that, but
Country, like country, like Toby Keith,
Yeah.
Garth Brooks.
Anything.
you know,
some
country
people.
music is really not that bad if you think of it. Like it has a really good story to it. It kind of sounds all the same to me, but it's like consistent. You can follow the genre. Like here's my thing, just to caveat, side point.
Go ahead.
Taylor Swift never would have made it in the pop industry if she didn't start country. I'm convinced.
Time out. She started as a country singer.
Yeah.
Come on, Ralan.
Bro.
Or country influence.
Do I
If it
look like
wasn't,
I'm listening to Taylor Swift?
No. I guess
But
I
Shake It
was.
Off, that's my joint right there. I do like Shake It Off. And then what's the word she got with Kendrick? Oh, Bad Blood? Oh,
Yeah.
That's bars right there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But she was a country singer first?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
that's how she started. Way back in the day, which is not really way back in the
Didn't
day.
her and
but
Katy Perry have beef one time? Or she had beef with somebody other than Kanye West?
Oh, I was about to say Kanye West.
I don't. Yeah,
It was
Oh,
somebody.
yeah, it was
probably
Kanye. Beyonce had the best music video of all time.
I know.
Yeah,
But who
Wow.
knows? But I thought I don't know.
but she's a
Taylor
really like solid artist.
Yeah.
Good music.
I'm not gonna lie. So when you said about the jazz in the '70s, like we were talking before off air, I have older parents. Happy anniversary, mom and dad.
Oh,
39
happy
years.
anniversary.
But so my parents, because my mom they both graduated and got out of like college in the '70s. So like we was like, so my friends, their parents listened to like Jodeci at the house. My parents, it was Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, stuff like that.
The good music.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was like gave me that old soul. So for this Christmas, I got me a record player.
Hey,
So
there you go.
Outside of I got outside of the Outkast, of course, stuff
Solid
like that.
pick.
Biggie, Jay-Z. I got an Earth, Wind and Fire record.
You got a
Prince.
Stevie. You got Stevie.
You have to.
Prince. Stevie Wonder is hard to find.
Yeah, it is.
I've been trying to find
Sometimes
some
it's
Ray
right.
Charles. Got some John Coltrane. Got some Smokey Robinson.
You're talking my language.
Come on,
brother.
man. You know what I'm saying? I'm eclectic around here.
Yeah, I would love
I
a
was
radio record player.
Yeah, I was playing Prince last night. When Doves Cry. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? So yeah, that's one of my new little toys, my little
Hobbies?
record player, and I just because it's good, and I feel like I'm turning it to my parents. I turn it on like when I'm cleaning the house, and I mean they playing Earth, Wind and Fire, I'm playing Nas, but
Right.
it's different.
Same
But it's
type of
process,
vibe.
same
Yeah.
process, and then but I like it, and I got a little Justin Timberlake too. So,
Okay.
Okay, Ralan.
something slight, but I know it's hard to find Stevie Wonder though.
Yeah,
It's hard to find a Stevie Wonder.
there's a couple places in DC.
Yeah.
And I'll be up
There's
there.
actually a record store in Salisbury that I hit up. That's where I got the John Coltrane, Nat King Cole.
Nat
That
King
too.
Cole's
I got a
good.
John Coltrane, Nat King Cole, and a Smokey Robinson from there.
Wow.
Nice.
So they got some stuff. But Mauri, you are a volleyball player here, and you're a junior. You've been here a few years now. So let's take it back to when you were in high school. What led you here, and what was the process for you to get to Maryland Eastern Shore?
So I did not start playing volleyball at all until 9th grade. I was actually a competitive cheerleader up until then. Don't look so disappointed. I was a cheerleader and softball player, so throw softball in there to make it sound a little better. And so I didn't start playing.
My mind is
You are
blown.
too big to be.
I know,
You are 6'3".
okay.
My mind is
know.
blown. So some of the questions I had pre-prepared, like
You might as well
wasn't expecting that.
Just throw them out. Just throw them out. Cheerleader and softball.
Cheerleader and softball player.
Wow.
And I was great at both, actually.
You were a back spot?
Yeah, I was. Look at you.
I used to date a cheerleader.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, so my family, they're all basketball players, and I wasn't good at that, so I kind of had to find my thing that I was good at so that I could, like, compete with them. And so I found cheerleading and softball.
The one kid who didn't get the gene.
Okay, there's two of us. My older brother did not get the gene either, so it's only Aaron and Trey that really got it. So I was a cheerleader, softball player. Then 9th grade, I was at cheer practice one day, and my friend who plays volleyball, she's like, our coach saw how tall you are, and she really thinks that you should come for tryouts. And I was like, what? No, I haven't even heard of the sport, to be honest. And then I showed up in my full cheer outfit, cheer shoes, cheer bow, straight out of cheer practice, and it kind of just went from there. And so I got better at it, obviously. I started playing club my 10th grade year. And then I played for a pretty popular club called Coastal. And one of the directors knew Coach Toby, who was here. And so he reached out to him, and then he traveled to come see my practice and my tournament. And that's all she wrote. Now I'm here.
So how far, like, the team you were playing for, where was it based out of?
So the main branch was in Virginia Beach, but then we were at NEC, so we were the only club that was in North Carolina, or Eastern North Carolina.
Oh, I was about to say, so they don't... Raleigh-Durham, how far are you from, like, Raleigh-Durham?
I'm about 3-4 hours, and so there's a Coastal that's located in the Raleigh-Durham area, and then there's a Virginia Beach, and then we're the only Eastern North Carolina team.
So you're more closer to, like, Wilmington? I'm trying to get my mindset on like where Elizabeth City is at, because for some reason I felt like it was. Is it on 95?
No.
So
you gotta
I know.
get
I
on
mean, not off. I know it's not all, like right off 95, but
you could take 95. Do you know where 17 is?
No.
Yeah, 17 is a small highway. So you get off 95 and get on 17 to get to Elizabeth City. It's honestly the quickest way to remember is that it's an hour from Norfolk. So if you just drive south from Norfolk, you're gonna end up in Elizabeth City.
Got you.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of over where like East Carolina is and stuff like that.
It's closer to East Carolina.
Okay,
it's about 2 hours from East Carolina.
Yeah, because that's the middle of nowhere. I remember when we drove from Princess Anne to East Carolina, and we like never got on the interstate.
Yeah.
I was like, where are they taking us? And we was on the bus for like 5 hours. It was crazy. But okay, so all right, I got you. So in Eastern North Carolina, it was the only club team you got on, and then the rest was history.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah. Any other schools like?
I had interest from some D2s, and the only other D1 was actually Norfolk State. But I kind of had my mind set up that I was not going there.
Anything in particular for why you didn't want to go to Norfolk State?
I mean, my brother going to ODU, I've been in the area.
Yeah, he kind of wanted to get that distance.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah, because if you had went there, then your brother would have been trying to like big brother you a little bit.
He would
probably.
have.
Yeah, so I get that. I get that.
So you didn't get the basketball gene. You ended up playing volleyball, and band, and cheerleading,
softball.
Wow. So like, do you like basketball at all, or you just don't like playing it?
I love basketball. I love watching it. I know a lot about it actually because of my family. So I like talking about it, watching it, just not playing it.
What was it about the basketball that just didn't click? Okay. I mean, I guess I'm asking because part of the reason I played growing up was because like my brother played, like just growing up, my brother was playing, my cousins were playing, like that's what everybody was playing at school. So like, what was it? I mean, and obviously it was a big deal at your house. What was it like? When did you know, like, okay, this is not it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or what made you feel like, yo, this is not it? Because obviously you're a girl, they're guys, so the way they're going to play the game is probably a little different because obviously they were like dunking and stuff like that. So
okay, here's my sob story. So my mom also played in college and she coached. So my mom's also a phenomenal basketball player. Like the first gift that I got as a baby was like a stuffed basketball. And so I played when I was younger. I played up until first grade if you count Parks and Rec, and I was good. I was really good. There was girls and boys on my team, and I was like the best girl, and then there was another guy that was obviously the best guy. And we went 0-19 that year. Like little kids, first grade, 0-19 in Parks and Rec ball.
Control room, please bring in the saw music.
I'm saying, so 0-19, and there's literally a picture in my scrapbook of me crying on my dad's shoulder after one of the games. And so after that year, I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. And I never looked back.
You know, it's funny because I remember being very young playing basketball. And I remember my mom one time said she didn't know if kids like really like maybe 3 or 4. Like once you get like 7 or 8, it's different. But like 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. I don't even know if you should even really put the score up there yet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just let them run because up and down the court.
That, like what you just like, that'll mess your head up.
Definitely.
If you like always losing early on, because I mean, did they have a scoreboard? Can you remember like the youngest you were like playing like Parks and Rec, Langston?
I was probably 4th grade. Just rings a bell to me.
4th grade,
like really solidly, like 4th grade.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously by 4th grade they have.
Yeah, they got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first Parks and Rec team I ever played on was like baseball. I was maybe like 5, but they didn't keep score.
Right.
So
it didn't matter.
Be.
Yeah,
because it would be the little desk and you flip over the score a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They did. I remember at 5 years, that was the first time I ever played on. 5 years old, we did not keep score. The only thing they did was like, you got 10 batters every inning. So, you know, you just go up there and it doesn't matter if the first 3 people get out, everybody gets to hit.
Everybody gets to hit.
And then, you know, so at least in your mind,
right.
Even if you're not getting killed, you think
you're doing.
I mean, you're not really like, hey. But I also knew, that's why I also knew I was at 5. I knew I had a little competitive spirit because it was one game I was like, yo, we killing them. Like, I was like, yo, I remember that. I was like, yo, we killing them. Like, we keep scoring and they not scoring. So.
Oh, well.
But, wow. So basketball was out of there because of the early sorrow.
Yeah.
Wow. And then, so after that, you just kind of never really played again?
I never played again. I remember small town sports are like big, so you start playing when you're younger, and we even had leagues in elementary schools where all the elementary schools played against each other. And so I was still a cheerleader, and we had a whole March Madness thing and everything for the elementary schools specifically. Like the elementary
that's
kids.
Cool.
Yeah, they played at the university in our
Was
town.
it by each grade or like the entire?
It was only
elementary?
4th and 5th graders.
Okay.
So your school had cheerleaders and basketball players, and at the end of the year, we had a March Madness where it started at like 9 o'clock and literally went on until the next day. And all the elementary schools went to the local university, and you had a full-on tournament. And there was a girls' championship.
University?
Elizabeth City State University.
Okay. Oh yeah, HBCU, right?
Yeah, HBCU. And so you had a champion, but my point was, my 5th grade year, my brother's like, you know what? You're getting really tall now. You need to play basketball. So the entire summer, they woke me up at 5 a.m.
I like this. I like this. Shout out to your brothers.
Train me for basketball. So we were outside, and they had me like running up and down the street. They had me doing everything. Get ball handling drills.
Early.
Yeah, they had cones out there. They had so much. And I was like, this just feels like torture. I was like, this is not fun for me. This is not how I wanted my summer to go. So it still didn't work. Luckily, I was doing competitive softball at that point. I was doing travel softball, so it kind of got off my back. But I was like, this is not it. Okay, so how much older are your brothers than you? So Trey is 2 years older than me, and then Aaron is 2 years older than Trey. So about 4 and 2. So they were like 7th grade. So
so your older brother was like 9th grade. Oh yeah. By 9th grade, he like, yo, I got drills. Yeah, I got everything.
He had everything.
Because I remember like 9th grade. I remember I used to like, cause I mean I'm from the country too. I remember like shooting. You miss a free throw. Like if I missed a free throw, my daddy used to make me do a lap around the house.
Yeah.
Get to running.
Yeah, like you had to do a lap around the house, do 5 push-ups, and then if you miss a free throw again, so it made you focus. You know what I mean? But I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then, you know, I didn't grow anymore.
Good for you.
Actually, I was tall. Then I stopped growing, and then everybody got taller than me because when I got to high school, I was 5'5".
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Then 10th grade, 5'10". Hold up, here we go. Nothing else. I grew more when I got to college, and I wasn't even playing anymore. Then crazy. And I'm still not tall as Mauri. That sucks.
5'10" seems like ages ago for me, to be honest.
I know, you was probably in the 3rd grade.
I think I was probably in like 8th.
8th grade, you were 5'10"?
Yeah. No, I was 5'11" by then, and then 6
Full disclosure for the people that are listening and watching this, Mauri is 6'3". I didn't know.
Yeah, she's 6'3". And how tall are your brothers? And
my brothers, one is 6'5", the other is 6'8". And then my oldest brother, he's only like, I think he's 6'2". He claims he's taller than me. I don't think he is. So I'll give him 6'2.5" on a good day.
When you only 6'2", though.
I wish.
When you
I'm
only 6'2",
I wish.
bro, just say 5'6", bro. It sounds like more even.
I guess.
Because you wearing shoes all the time.
That's true.
Then you get you a pair.
Like if I think my driver's license really says 5'6". So if they're ever looking for me, they're gonna look for a guy that's like 5'6". I don't really like 5'5".
Then you get you a pair of Timbs. Now you 5'7".
Oh, yeah, the Timbs will do.
I always wanted
listen,
a pair of
I'm
Timbs,
not-
but I haven't got a pair. Yeah.
Say,
We'll see.
I throw my Timbs on. I'm 6'1". Easy. See, I'm definitely 6'1" at that point. You know what I mean? Like I was wearing Timbs. It's like about 6'1". Yeah, I'm like 6'1". 6'1".
Make you
I'm
walk
not,
different.
but it made me feel good because like, the boots gave me the little bounce,
Little lift.
It's like y'all with heels on.
Yeah, heels. Have you ever worn Technos, though?
No.
No, Technos, they'll give you a boost. I'm a good 6'5" with some Technos on.
Like how? So when you wear heels, like how high do you usually wear them?
What's
Well,
like your
I'm-
cutoff?
Yeah.
The most I've ever worn is only like 2 inches, just because I'm a pretty clumsy person in general, and my ankles aren't the best, so we're not going to be out here in
But
heels
you're playing
often.
volleyball though.
Yeah,
You're moving around and
you would think, but have you seen my ankles? Not the most
No.
stable things in the world. So we stick to 2 inches or below.
Yeah, I mean, so this is just from me and Langston because I mean he can sympathize. He probably can sympathize more than I can. No shots. But like when you're a very tall girl like that, and you see guys who are shorter, like do you like go, ugh, he's short, or do you just say like, or do you think about it just I'm really tall? Like does it make you think I'm really tall, or do you makes you think ugh, he's short?
that's a good question.
Honestly, it's a little bit of both, to be honest. I grew up in a tall family, so in my family, I was considered short. So I never really realized how tall I was until I got older, and it definitely takes some getting used to. And I think once I got volleyball and I was like good at volleyball, I would be like, oh, he's short, because I knew that my height was an advantage in volleyball. So that's just how my mindset kind of changed. But for a long time, especially when you're younger and you realize that you're still growing and no one else is, then you're like, dang, I'm probably kind of tall.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Because
that's good insight.
It is good insight because like I mean I don't really care. Like I never really be like, oh, they're really tall, and it's probably because when I played basketball growing up, and when I used to be on AAU trips, I was like 5'11". Like all my teammates was taller than me, so I never it never bothered me to be around tall people. But I don't know what it was, and then even women, like it didn't even bother me. But I remember like one time this girl was like 6'2", and she had on like some 4 or 5 inch heels, so she was like strong 6'6", 6'7". And I mean, I don't think she patted me on my head, but it just for some reason
Sometimes
I
it
felt like she
happens.
patted me
Yeah, it just
on my
rubbed you
head.
the wrong way.
Like I just felt like you trying to hug somebody. And,
where do you
and it
go?
was kind of like, oh, little buddy, and I
Right.
was like, don't ever like.
Don't do that to
Okay,
me.
but is that like her fault, or is that just a you being in your head
She
type
knew.
thing?
She knew what she was doing. She was trying to be. She probably don't even know. But
Well,
I
she
just
gonna
felt
know
like
now.
she was being funny. I'm not even gonna say her name because she's like my dog, and so I know she wasn't trying to be funny. But it's just at the time I was like I was just like I shrugged
Put me
her off.
down.
I was like, bro, like.
Get off me.
Like, you know, and then like I was in the cafeteria, and it was like the next day. I'll never forget the next day I was in the cafeteria. It was in college, and then 2 girls on the volleyball team literally carried on a conversation over my head.
Oh, really?
Like, you know, you go get an omelet. You know, y'all have omelets.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm getting an omelet, and I'm like just sitting there waiting. Like, and one was in front, one was, and it was like they was talking over my head, and I was like, bro, I'm not that small, dog.
That's hilarious.
Like I'm not that small.
really
That's
funny.
funny.
And I was like,
It's like that sometimes.
I guess.
Sometimes people aren't in your line of sight, so to speak.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that's why I had to ask you because you know you're taller, like so. Just the vantage point from, especially, I mean, guys is different, but like because, I mean, I'm still taller than a lot of people, which I didn't even realize I wasn't short until I got to college.
Yeah.
Because I was playing basketball, so twos are already tall, and then like my good friend, he was like 6'3", 6'4", and so that's who I was hanging with in school, and I was like, bro, like again, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, bro, man, I'm out here short. And he was the first person. Shout out to Braylon. He was the first person to tell me, he's like, bro, you really not that short. I was like, I'm not. And then
sometimes it just takes like your friend or somebody
he was like, bro, you're not that
it's-
short. You know what I'm saying? So all my boys that I knew in high school that was taller than me that never, that used to, never say I wasn't short.
Right.
Took my dude in college. He was like, yo, you really not that short. And so I never really, I didn't think I was short, but at the same time, I thought I was short for a guy, I should say.
Yeah.
I thought I was short for a guy.
What's the average height for a guy?
5'10".
I was thinking that.
It's only 5'10"?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't.
5'10"?
It's 5'10". I didn't believe that until I got to college.
Yeah.
And I was like,
5'6", folks. Sorry.
Bro.
But my dad is like 6'2", and my mom was like 5'9".
Oh, wow.
My sister's like 5'7", 5'8". Yeah. I was born 3 months early.
Were your grandparents short?
Like average height?
It was an average height. Cause see, I'm trying to think.
Yeah. I don't know. I just got the short end of the stick. It's cool. Yeah. It's whatever.
It really doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. But I was just like, I needed that other perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Evan, your assistant, if you are the guy and you're not 6'3", she calls you short.
I mean, it's like that sometimes
and I can see her saying that too. She's so honest.
I kind of have that perspective as well.
I was like, dude was like 6'2". She was like, he kind of short. I was like, bro, he's 6'2".
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
I think anything shorter than me, I would still consider it short. I'm not going to go around and pat you on your head, but I'm still going to be like, oh, yeah, you're kind of short.
All right.
Sorry, Ralan.
We're short. That's cool.
Fact
doesn't even matter.
Anyways, so you get recruited, you come here, you play volleyball. What's your first college memory of playing volleyball here at Shore?
My first college memory is my freshman year. We had a open gym where the coaches weren't supposed to be there, but Coach Trevor was most definitely peeking through the windows in Heights.
Yeah,
but
that sounds like him.
We were having open gym and we were playing threes and I had to pass. So I'm a middle, so we don't pass often. Growing up, I was never really taught the mechanics of passing because of how late I came into the game. And so I just remember Lucia Babic, who was an excellent player that we had, she was hitting back row and she blasted a ball straight in my chest and I magically had a perfect pass. So one of our other seniors, Koya, came up and she's like, wow, great job, way to hold your own. And that was my first memory. I was like, I really thought I was going to get rocked in the chest, but I did not.
Boom.
So.
Yeah. And it wasn't even, they were saying, and usually, Amanda, it was one of her moments was in a game. For you, it was practice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's the earliest memory I have in Heights, really.
A good pass in practice.
Yeah.
Starts in practice, kids.
Yeah.
Starts in practice. You should always practice harder than you.
Put your
practice
hours
hard
in.
So playing is easy.
Oh, I like that. That was deep.
That's
deep.
3 weeks in a row, man.
Come on, man.
Another gem.
Come on, man.
Let them know.
Listen, I'm on a roll. I'm like butter.
I love it.
Like that.
So that's your first memory of Heights in a practice scenario. What's game time, whether it's a home game or it's a away game? What's your first memory of a college game?
My first college game would be our road trip to, I believe we played at Chicago. Ralan, Matt was there.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was Chicago.
Yeah, so it was Chicago. And
yeah, I didn't get to go to Chicago.
At that point there was 3 middle, so I was obviously a third string middle. And so one of my teammates got in, and coach is like, if you don't start playing well, you're gonna get subbed out. And then he just looked at me and he was like, be ready. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is the moment. So I was so excited. I was mentally stretching in my head. I was like, okay, this is about to be so exciting. So I get subbed in. And the first play, the setter jukes me out completely. She sets outside, I go to the right side. So obviously she gets a kill. And I'm like, all right, come on, Mauri, you got to get it together. And then eventually I had a great game. I think I came up with 7 blocks that game, which was the most for any freshman debut. Mm-hmm. So that was a really good moment.
You just had to shake it off a little bit.
Yeah.
Just realize it's only volleyball.
It happens.
Yeah. You had to remind me I didn't get to go to Chicago. Y'all went to Denver too that year, didn't you?
Yeah, we went to Chicago, we went to Denver, we went to UNC Chapel Hill. We had a good year.
That's what I love about college athletics. All these student athletes just get to travel and see the country and sometimes the world, depending on who they're playing against, just basically for free. They play a sport and they get to travel and experience a different culture for 2 or 3 days that you're on the road.
Right.
I think it's pretty cool.
But so Well, what was your favorite? So, what's been your favorite trip? Then you would say.
Ooh, favorite trip. That's a hard one. I think the Denver trip was fun just because I had never been that far west or like that far away from home. So that was a fun trip. Flying there was fun. But I don't know. They're all great trips, really. We have a pretty fun team, so we make everything fun. Like I remember one trip, Lexi and I were roommates, and I think it was Evan, and I don't know who else was in on it, but they tried to prank us like our room was haunted. Like, they left, like, oh my goodness, it was actually the craziest thing. Yeah. They found a way to make paper look really old and, like, wet. They left a note. They were calling our room and hanging up, leaving weird things in our room. So we were kind of... I say we, more so Lexi, was kind of convinced that our room was haunted. And it wasn't until the next day that they told us that it was them. So we went to bed thinking that there was something wrong with this hotel.
I'm not going to lie. That's one of the most solid pranks I've ever heard.
That's good. That takes effort.
Yeah.
You got to be, you need a lot of people committed to that.
Seriously.
And that was freshman year, you said?
No, that was, I want to say sophomore year.
That's when I was traveling with y'all.
I don't know where you were, Ralan. But
well, I didn't go on every trip with y'all. Like I didn't.
You might not have been there, to be honest.
I didn't go to New York.
Man, really?
New York was also a good trip. It was my birthday.
I keep missing. Man.
Yeah, man.
New York. Where else did y'all go? That was fun.
I can't even remember now.
Oh, I remember I didn't go to New York and I didn't go to Connecticut.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Connecticut. So, but it is what it is. I got some other trips under my belt.
You do.
Quite a few.
So let's get into like actual, I guess, college. Why we're here? What's your major?
Special education.
A teacher.
Yeah.
Nice. So what kind of got you into teaching and kind of that aspect of giving back to young kids?
Growing up, I was really surrounded by educators, really. A lot of my uncles were teachers. My aunt was a teacher. My mom is a teacher. So I've kind of always been around that. I used to bus over from my elementary school to my mom's middle school and kind of just chill there. So I kind of always knew I wanted to be a teacher. I would play teacher in her classroom. I never really had any other career aspiration, honestly.
Do you have like a certain subject you're into as far as like teaching, or kind of like general education, kind of a little bit of everything? Because just like special education, people don't know, from like elementary school through middle school, high school, they have it in college in some aspects or forms.
Yeah. I want to work with elementary school. So during the summer, I'm a TA, and I've worked with fourth grade. I'm actually a TA right now, and so I'm working with the fourth grade class. So I really like elementary, so I'm hoping to stick there.
How's that with COVID? Are they like in person, or like how's that?
So everything's virtual. At the school district I work with, they're virtual learning, and it's going as well as to be expected, honestly. To stick a bunch of elementary schoolers in front of a computer screen, you can't really expect much, but they're handling it well, and now it's like the norm for them. So everyone's kind of used to it. It's well into the school year.
I think about the fact that it is the norm now is disheartening a little bit from this standpoint. Like when it's time, like you have, like think about a kid who's 5, 6 years old right now. He or she really has never went to school all day.
Yeah.
So when it's time to go back to school, it's gonna be tough for them to adjust to like. I mean, simple stuff like you just can't go to the bathroom when you want. Right. Like you're eating at a specific time now. So I mean, I feel like it's gonna be a big adjustment for the like really young kids that are just going to school whenever we get back to not virtual and Monday through Friday they're really going. Right. But I think, older kids will be fine. But it's good to know that they're actually adapting to it. But at the same time, I want them to get back into the actual classroom.
See each other. Interact with one another.
Yeah. I think they're definitely missing those like social skills. Because you learn a lot of lessons in school. You learn necessarily the do's from the don'ts, really. And they have no idea what any of that looks like. Even my fourth graders, they hardly remember, oh, wait, I have to ask before I leave, or I can't just cut someone off when they're talking. So I can't imagine once they go back into the building, I feel like it's going to be a lot of relearning, honestly.
Start from scratch almost.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. This is just maybe. There may not be as many bullies in school now because they'll just be like, I'm happy to see other people. Right. They're not gonna have time to bully people, but because I think everybody in some form or fashion dealt with something.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, when you're a guy, you're gonna get tried. you just going. It's
matter of time.
That's the right. I've always said that as a guy growing up, it's only a matter of time before somebody's gonna like try something. It's usually around fourth, fifth grade. Fourth, fifth grade. They're gonna find out if you really, if you. It's not even about being tough. It's just for you to stand up for yourself.
Yep.
I think, and then that's why I like kids that play sports because it teaches them how to, be able to deal with things going wrong and be able to stand up for themselves. So I like that. So how did you entertain yourself during quarantine?
My brother was home, so he had just graduated from Old Dominion, and he wasn't overseas yet. So we got...
Congratulations to your brother.
Yeah, go Aaron. We got lots of time to spend together, honestly. Since he's been at Old Dominion, he's only been home for, I think, a max of, 1 week at a time throughout the 5 years that he was there, because they had to be for school, and then they had only, a week off in the summer before summer training. And so we got to spend a lot of time together. We did lots of home workouts, running on soccer fields, doing pull-ups, or me learning how to do a real pull-up, honestly. So learning how to do pull-ups on from a tree. So we really entertained ourselves with that. We played lots of spades and gym with my parents, every night.
I still haven't learned how to play spades.
Right, so my goodness.
No, you
have to learn.
So, Mauri, I'm just saying.
Yes.
Rate your spades game. This is real right here.
Uh-huh.
How good are you at spades?
Are we doing a 1 to 10 type thing?
Man, look, how good are you at spades?
I would give myself a solid 7.
See, you can't be my partner.
Ooh.
No, partners, no. You don't want me to be your partner.
Oh,
I'll tell you that right now. No.
Listen, so I dabbled in spades a little bit. You know what I mean? Growing up, we played, but not really.
Man, now you into it.
Freshman year, it was getting thrown to the wolves. You really had to really learn how to play. And so I knew how to play, but I wasn't that good. And I'm talking about, it was I don't know how many classes I had. It was another class. The guys used to sit in the dorm and they used to play. And so I was, I like to talk, but I can be observant as well. And so I would stand back. I remember them saying, hey, yo, he good, bro. He real good. So I was like, okay, cool. He's good. I used to stand behind him 5 days straight. This is no joke.
That's how you learn.
I used to stand behind him and watch him play. And then I was like, okay, cool. He doing that. So then I felt a little confident. And they was like, oh, Ralan, you trying to get in? Yeah, because that way I never had to tell him I wasn't really good.
Ready, yeah.
So when I got on, I was like, I played the first, hand. It was like, da-da-da. And I remember I did something, and it was a different, I don't remember what it was, but I remember bro looked at me. He was like, well, I mean, you good,
right.
But just, play it this way next time. I was like,
what, did you put a card down and take it back?
Nah, I can't remember exactly what I did. This is
ages ago.
I'm not telling you. They give away how old I am.
It's a serious game.
It was real. And so now, so after that, I kind of got better and better and better. And listen, I don't play about my spades. No. I don't play about my spades.
My dad doesn't either. I put a card down and then took it back without
Does he
knowing the
bid?
rules.
Okay, so...
Yeah, he made us bid. Our second time playing, he's like, all right, let's get serious. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, bro, that's too quick. That's too quick. I don't know. Not a lot of people play this way. You can play... It's a point system.
Mm-hmm.
So, 7... if you don't know how to play spades...
I don't. So.
Okay, so it's 52 cards in the deck.
Yeah.
4 people playing.
Mm-hmm.
13 cards for each person. You deal the whole deck. So your person across from you is your partner. So obviously, there's 4 cards in each book, which is, when everybody throws a card out.
Right.
So if you win, you or your partner take it. So at the end of the game, there's 13 books. If you get 7 and they get 6, technically you won. So what we used to do is if you get 7, you get 1 point. If you get 8, you get 2 points. 9, 3, 4, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And so that's how we would play. And then we would go to 7. So, you win first hand 7-6, all right, it's 1-0. And then the next person went 8 is 2-1. So that's how we played. So it got us used to instead of having to think about, how many books I need, how many points or whatever, it just got you used to being able to just play and analyze the game and know what's being played, be able to watch the board, and then later on, you get into the bidding and stuff. But you gotta, like, if I was I taught somebody how to play, like, we don't bid first. I just want you to get used to, like, watching the board and, like, because you have to remember remember
That's
what's
the
played.
hardest part is remembering what's been played, how many cards are left.
Yeah.
But we went straight to bidding.
Yeah, and then
Underbid,
were y'all
overbid.
playing Joker, Deuce, Deuce?
Yeah.
See, yeah, that's another thing too. A lot of people need to learn on Ace High, but I learned on Joker, Deuce, Deuce. But amateurs, a lot of them need to go Ace High first, so they can learn.
Why you gotta call them amateurs?
Yeah, that's what you are when you first learn.
That's what you are.
You start with the jokers and the deuce, you're gonna be confused.
Bro, listen. I've seen true real life arguments.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I see
Play
it.
with my
I
dad.
see it.
It will get
It's some-
intense
yo, it's some
very
Your dad
quickly.
look like your dad
He's
look like he real
so
on them spades.
competitive. We're like, we are your children. Relax.
But see,
Like,
I'm gonna tell you,
Calm down. It's not
I'm
that
gonna tell you,
serious.
when it come to spades, I be talking. I be talking.
I can't wait to see it. Give me some popcorn.
Listen, oh man,
Just sit down on the couch and watch.
like because it's 90% mental.
It definitely is.
It's 90% mental because if you can get, I'm just trying to. I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to make y'all lose. That's the second bar of the day. I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to make y'all lose. So if I can get y'all arguing, or I can get one of you two off your game, that's perfect.
Very
So
true.
I don't know. Who would you say your best spades partner though?
We only played it where it was my mom and my dad versus me and my brother.
Oh, they was really
Okay.
abusing y'all.
They definitely were. Honestly, Aaron and I together, we don't really work that well together because we both have like
Then you
lapse
can't
of
talk?
focus. Yeah, and we can't focus. So we think like, okay, he knows what I'm about to put down. He does not. It doesn't end up well for us.
Let me tell
He
you.
blames me. I blame him.
Man.
Work with me, something.
And Langston, I'm just telling you now, just because somebody's your friend and y'all really good friends, don't mean they automatically gonna be a good spades partner.
Oh, well,
sure.
yeah. I
I'm
would
telling you.
expect that.
I mean, I've looked up. I've got like my best spade partner I ever had. Me and him were friends, but it was because and then he didn't talk much,
Oh, so you got to have one person do the trash talking,
Yeah,
basically.
so I was.
And he does the playing.
I mean, in regular, like right here, he'd be
Right.
fine. But like when he played spades, he didn't really talk. But see, I was, so I was like
I'm the
Bundini
opposite.
Brown. I was like Flavor Flav. Like I was just like I'm feeding him. I'm like go get him, because that's how I play cards. I don't like losing in cards. I really don't. I don't like losing. So if I'm not good at a game, I won't play. I don't play Tonks no more. Forgot how to play. I don't play Pity Pat no more. None of those games because I'm not as good as I used to be, and I'm not trying to lose. But your
You
daddy
don't
can
want
get
to
this
like
work on
training
spades.
and get better?
Do you know if him and his mom play 2-person spades?
Yeah.
They play 2-person.
Aaron and I have tried that before too.
It's not hard. It's not hard. Like it's easy to you play like you get books the same way, but the dealing is the only thing that's different.
I feel like that's
Yes.
another way to learn, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like you should probably learn the normal 4 people first before you go into the 2
Yeah.
2-person. But
Nice. Yo, y'all should do like a YouTube video or something how to learn how to play spades.
maybe. Or maybe I ain't got a good spades game in a while. You got
You got to teach me.
You guys should play it in the office.
yeah. Everybody, but I got to see who.
You got to learn.
I got to analyze
Everyone's
the
gotta
office and
learn.
see who I want to be my partner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Who would be good? Cedric might be good.
I think me and Cedric would be good. I think me and Cedric would be good on
spades.
spades. I really do because he could talk too, so that's even better.
Yeah, he likes to talk trash.
So I feel like I can,
Set it up, Ralan.
he can. Evan can play spades.
Really?
She plays spades. She says she got a homegirl that they just never lost.
Really?
She says she got a homegirl that never lost. She
Oh, wow.
plays. I know Cedric plays. I'm trying to think of some other people. Cedric, Evan, both guests of the show before today.
Before a couple times.
Yeah, like spades out here. I had
Had
to, we'll try to like have an open mind because the last time I tried to teach somebody how to play spades, they were mad that they weren't good at it. I said, you're learning how to play.
Yeah, learn how to play. You can't be mad. You think you're supposed to be good at everything in life?
It takes a minute.
You try
honestly.
to be. I mean, you can. it does not take long to learn how to play.
Right.
But to get like good
and know how to do it off your hand, it takes a minute.
Because, just because people take it so serious. I don't take it that, like, I don't take it.
You say you don't take it that serious.
No.
He takes it serious.
No.
Yeah.
In the moment, I take it serious. But when the game is over, the game is over.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to.
You're not a sore loser?
Not even just me?
Are you finding this hard to believe, Langston? Because I am.
I'm not trying to, look, I ain't trying to lose. No. But if I lose, I lost. I'm going to still talk.
Okay.
But I lost.
We going to play
It'll
a game
never
of
be my
spades
fault.
sometime for now and the end of the season, and we will come back and report, and I'll tell you what I learned.
We got to find somebody else on your team that can play.
I say we play on the road. Long bus trips. We pull out a table.
Let's say, speaking of teams, how was your team? You got a diverse team. You got a little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of everybody. Tell us your kind of team dynamic, how the team is.
Our team is hilarious. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. We are always laughing, always joking. I don't know if you guys have interacted with Jalen Robinson, our freshman setter. Jalen is hilarious. She keeps everyone laughing and just all of the different cultures. We really mesh well together. I feel like we all have pretty strong personalities, honestly, but they blend together very, very well. And yeah, they're like my sisters. Hilarious sisters. Way funnier than I am.
No, I think you're pretty funny.
Nah. You haven't been around them.
Do y'all know a fun fact? Mauri's birthday is on our work calendar in our office. And it's her birthday every month on the 30th.
Yes.
And it never changes.
Now, keep in mind,
in
this glorious Black History Month, there's not 30 days in February, ever. But Maury's birthday is still up there.
Still there.
It has to be recognized. The 30th of every month should be my birthday. My true birthday is August 30th. But just so no one ever forgets, just celebrate it the 30th of every month.
So you're going to start celebrating the 12th of every month for me?
We'll discuss it.
Oh, no. That means no. So with that diversity that your team has, what do you think it helps you all? How do you think it helps you all, like, when you go into games? Well, I mean, I know we didn't play this year, but just going into games, going into practice, and understanding each other better.
I think everyone has a different style of play. Like the Europeans, for example, they have amazing ball control. So that's like a secret weapon, and we kind of learn from them from practice and things. Marina is extremely competitive, and she's a beach player, so she has a bunch of trick shots that she can do, and so playing against her gives us different looks that other teams could possibly do. So I think,
and guess what? We're bringing beach volleyball here too.
Yes,
yeah,
we are.
So that's gonna be perfect.
Perfect.
Exactly.
So I think just practicing against the different types of play and everyone kind of rubbing off on each other gives us another competitive edge, and it gives us another perspective, honestly.
That's for sure. You ever thought about playing beach, or have you ever played beach?
I've never played beach except like outside of landing, messing around, but I am excited to like kind of train beach and possibly play beach. It's pretty fun, honestly.
It's starting next season, supposedly.
Spring,
in spring of 2022. If everybody wear their mask and go home.
Wear their mask, go get their shot done.
Go get
tell
that.
a friend, tell your mom, wear your mask properly over your nose.
Emphasis on the over the nose.
Yeah.
Don't
get that
half
vax
wear
if
it.
you can
If
get
you
it.
really want to get special with it, double mask it up.
I know some they say double masking is best, but whatever. So, Mauri, we've talked about you here and kind of how you grew up and everything like that. So, what are your future plans? Once you get out, you're junior now. So, what do you see yourself, senior year and next 4 or 5 years after that? Like, what would you like to see yourself?
My goal, honestly, is I want to try to play professional. I've talked to Evan about it, and after seeing my brother play in Slovenia now, I really want to try to play pro a few years because I feel like work's going to always be there. Mm-hmm. And then once I finish playing pro, I actually want to get my master's in special education and then my doctorates in speech pathology. So my end goal is to be a speech pathologist for a school district. So hopefully that
Dr.
happens.
Carver. That has a great ring to it. Dr. Carver.
Any specific area you want to go to?
Well, this is going to sound so weird. Wherever my parents are, honestly, I'm not the kid that wants to run away from my parents. I would like to be as close to them.
So you want to be close to them?
Yeah. So right now we're in Richmond, so I kind of want to stay in Richmond, Midlothian area. Not looking forward to like going back to a small town.
What about you, Langston? Do you think you?
I'm ready to move. Like we said last episode, I'm moving to College Park in a couple of months. So, like, my parents, I have a pretty good relationship with my parents. So, like, you know, wherever they are, as long as I know where they are, I can get to them. If I can get to them within a day, I'm good. I don't need to wake up and be like having mom and dad come over for breakfast and sitting down having Holy Communion every week. I don't need that.
Well, see, yeah, I haven't lived.
But like, I don't want to live halfway across the country, and you know. Now, if work allows it, with kind of what I want to do, broadcast journalism, and I'm on the road, you know, I want to make sure I don't miss birthdays and anniversaries and like the special days, because you know, people that are in the industry tend to miss a lot of those special things, like kids growing up and, you know, family events. I don't want that to happen.
Well, I know for me, I haven't lived in the state of South Carolina in like over almost 6 years or something like that. So I haven't been there, but I've always been to where if I want to get home, I can get home, and so that's fine for me. Like, I mean, if I was living in like California or something, my parents was in South Carolina, that'd be a little different. But I still, even with that, I would feel like, I can get on a plane and be there in a day. You know what I mean? Like, so I've never felt like I had to be there. So with Mauri, she's trying to be in Richmond. Shout out to the, what is it, 804?
804.
Now, I know my area code. Shout out to Ludacris.
Were
you alive when that song came out?
What song?
The song Area Codes by Ludacris.
I think so. I was probably young.
Probably in diapers or something like that. I remember being in school, we used to rap that. But enough about me. So, Mauri, as always, thank you for coming. But you have to, you know, I know this is something you crazy kids care about. Social.
Plug your socials. Where can the good people find you?
Oh, my Instagram. Am I giving that out?
Yeah, if you want to, whatever. LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever you feel.
My Instagram is the only thing I know, I think. My Instagram is Mauri_Carver, MauriCarver. And I don't remember anything else.
And guess what? We'll find it and we'll put it in the description below.
No Twitter?
I have a Twitter. I think it's like
you just don't
Mauri,
tweet?
But I think it has like 2 R's, a couple I's. I don't know the exact handle. I apologize.
Yeah, we'll take care of you. We'll put it in the description. We got you.
But look.
Thanks for the shout out.
Hey, listen.
We love a shout out.
We love shout outs. We love for people to, you know, plug, and we want our guests to always gain followers and gain more love.
Yeah, speaking of followers and following, Honing the Craft, the podcast with Jason Crafton, the head basketball coach, and Fred Batchelor. Episode 2 is out now, folks.
So yeah,
go check it out.
You know, well, we talked about that off air, but you know, we may be cooking up for next week.
Ooh,
but you know,
a collab.
I love collabs and remixes. But Mauri, thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming. You know. Is it everything you thought it would be?
Yes, it is everything I thought it would be.
Wonderful.
And more, hopefully.
And more.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming, and make sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to listen and watch.
Sure.
And watch and subscribe and leave a rating.
That's right. So, like I was saying, you know, next week, guests,
we got something special.
We got something special, but if it doesn't happen, it's always the next week. But as always, you can follow me on social media, Ray_Law12 on Twitter, R_Wardlaw on Instagram. What am I on Snapchat? Oh, Law of the Land on Snapchat. And LinkedIn, Facebook, all that stuff. And yeah.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Langston Frazier. LinkedIn, Langston Frazier, and you can check out my other podcast, The Langston Frazier Show. New episodes coming soon.
And remember to follow the Hawks, ES Hawks Sports on Twitter, ES Hawks on Instagram. And every team has their own
kind of Twitter page.
You'll see them if you go there.
Eastern Shore Hawks on Facebook. Mm-hmm. The website, EasternShoreHawks.com.
And if you want to join in on the conversation with us, go to email us, at mdtalkshore@gmail.com. If you have any guests you want to see, or if you want to
topics you want us to cover,
because we may do like a questions episode, or just chop it up.
I might do like a little Instagram little question thing.
Yeah, and just
something.
Do something just to have the people feedback to us.
Yeah,
and like you mentioned earlier. Don't forget, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Like, share, subscribe, and
for our visual people, we're on YouTube.
That's
Talking
right.
to Shore podcast on YouTube.
So you can, if you want to see us and give
morning
us
drive in. This is going to be a morning drive.
Yeah.
Type of,
so watch the YouTube to give us the views there. Subscribe there. Listen on Apple Podcasts. Everything. Just get it all. Get it all.
Right. Well, that's it. Thanks to the in-studio crew, our control room. As always, we've been tested for COVID. We are all negative and socially distant.
Mask.
So shout out to our control room and in-studio crew. We appreciate y'all for being here. That's it for me. I'm Langston Frazier.
I'm Ralan Warlock.
This has been Talking to Shore. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
That's all I got.